Cars podcast. The Panorama's #1 source for news, reviews, and thoughts about the new wave rock legends, the Cars. Oh, and a little bit of Steel Wool, Sunshine, and Rainbows.
Welcome to Night Thoughts, episode 18 with Dave and Donna. Happy Cars Day, Donna.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, Donna, what's the matter with your voice?
I have a bit of a cold and
I don't
about,
think that's cold. I think that's puberty.
oh my gosh, about
I
time,
think you
huh?
hit puberty.
They finally got inducted and I finally hit puberty.
You, s- and the funny thing is, you sound a little more like Wayne Newton now.
Oh, great. Thank you
Sing,
for that.
sing Dankeschön.
Not doing it.
Oh, I'm so sorry that your voice is bad. We'll try and take it easy on you tonight.
Yes, I'm sure that you're quite happy to dominate the mic for us. I
Yeah, you'll be cutting in just a little bit less.
I I was doing fine until like a half an hour before it was time to get Skype going, and I was working on stuff, and my son came down and talked to me, and I went to answer him, and I had zero voice, none, and so I started freaking out, and I got online and Googled, how do I get my voice back fast? So I have been gargling warm water and apple cider vinegar, and I have some with me in case I need to do any gargling during the show. I
That is dedication.
I have I have that, and I have a spit cup, so I can just wait. So excuse me in advance if I have to do that.
Wow.
And then the other thing I have is I have a bowl of ice cream because the
Mm,
cold, is supposed to get rid of the inflammation. So
yeah,
I might have to take some bites of ice cream when things get bad. So you'll be hearing those sounds.
this will be an awesome night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's go ahead.
folks, it's lots of excitement. We are podcasting on Wednesday, December 13th, 2017, and of course today is the big day, the day that we didn't think would ever come. The Cars were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so lots of excitement today.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I have to add, my excitement will continue um, tomorrow night when I go see The Last Jedi. So
Yes.
I'm on top of the world. Oh, and then the best news. This is more exciting than the Cars, more exciting than Star Wars. You know it's exciting.
Ooh.
Granddaughter number 3 is walking now. She's an official walker.
Hey,
Well,
that is so exciting.
she's kind of a stumbling drunk. You know how, kids
Ah,
look when they start out, but yeah, pretty exciting.
oh my goodness. Wow. Now things really get busy.
Yes, they do. Get out. No, 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 no. Get out of it. No. Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
how
then
that goes.
you turn around and then, wait, where is she? Where'd she go?
Yeah. She, what the heck happened to her? Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I remember those days.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, why don't we get to the business? Because
Okay.
the business is an important part of our podcast.
Yes.
So before we start our historic podcast about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, our business, um, we have a little thing called Gmail that no one seems to be able to find.
Dave.
Donna and I just want to be loved. And um, when I say that, I really mean Donna and I just would like some questions or comments to read on the air. And you people can supply us with those by writing to nightthoughtspodcast@gmail.com.
I was going to translate it as Donna just wants to be loved and Dave just wants somebody to pick a fight.
Yeah, I just want somebody to pick a fight.
You did throw the gauntlet down last week and challenge people to send you hate mail. So I'm sure
That's
that
right, I
that's
did.
still out there.
No takers. No takers.
I
So, oh, we do have one though.
was going to say, I thought you messaged me.
That is true. We do have something from the Midnight Scroll tonight, folks.
So curious.
Um, podcast merch. tpublic.com/user/night thoughts. That's neither here nor there because with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Cars merch, how can you go wrong? I've already ordered my T-shirt. Have you?
Did you? No, I've got it in my cart though. I'm getting ready to order it. I'm going to
Yeah.
actually throw in one for one of my Canadian friends who with shipping and duties and all whatever they have to pay. It's like 4 times as much to get it. They ordered it
Okay.
from Canada. So I'm going to order it and just send it to them myself. And so, yeah, we're going to be decked out.
Oh yeah. They said those are supposed to ship by the end of January, which is
Yes,
cool.
yes, very cool.
And of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which I have painstakingly made as simple as possible. bit dot do do bitdo /night thoughts. Didn't
Love
get
it.
any simpler than that.
Love it.
I guess I could have gone with NT, but then nobody would know what NT meant.
Right, right.
So it's bit.do/night thoughts. So
Bit.do.
follow us on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel because I think we have 4 people
We have a few
subscribed.
more than that.
But you can leave comments when this episode is posted. You can leave comments on other episodes. Donna goes through those painstakingly because she just wants to be loved. And let's get underway, Donna. Let's start.
Okay,
Let's start the celebration.
wait. I have a comment to make.
Wait,
Because
you're still interrupting my flow even with a bad voice.
even with a bad voice and with a, you gave me an outline this week, so I
Oh, I
actually,
did.
I
Yeah.
actually know the flow, but I'm interrupting it anyway.
Take
Really,
note, listeners.
yes, I less sunshine and rainbows, I guess, than we thought I was. Um, well, this is neither here nor there, but I did want to comment and say that I dyed my hair brown. I haven't colored my hair uh, for years, and I've only done it once before, so it's kind of a big deal. I'm feeling a little sassy because I've got my new color, so and I got it up in a ponytail so I can swing it around when I get emotional about this topic. But really,
Yeah.
what I wanted to say was, we have almost 350 members in our Night Thoughts podcast Facebook group, but we don't have anywhere near that number of views on our podcast episodes on YouTube. So I'm wanting to know why like 1% of the group is listening to the actual episodes. Are people not listening? They just come to see our funny graphics and and to eat popcorn while they read your steel wool comments. I'm just
it's
curious.
it's possible. As I've said before, I'm thinking that a lot of our listeners just don't type. Maybe they're
Maybe,
snail mail people. You know,
maybe.
maybe that's why. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe they don't understand the YouTube. I don't know.
I don't
Got me.
know.
Got me
Well,
scratching.
just want to encourage all of our wonderful members in the Night Thoughts podcast group to take a listen. If you're not listening now, you won't get this encouragement.
Yeah.
See what you missed? All right.
There we go. Well, let's start off with before we get to the celebratory part, a little bit of background.
Okay.
Um, as everyone knows, the Cars were nominated the past 3 years.
Yes.
The dreaded fan votes as they went back in 2015. Would that be right?
Uh-huh.
2015,
Hmm.
2016, 2015 when they did the fan vote.
That was the first one.
The Cars came in third. Of course, that was the big hacked year.
Yes.
So, but it was, Chicago led the voting, then Yes, then the Cars, then Deep Purple, then Steve Miller.
Okay.
And I can't exactly remember exactly all who got in. I know Chicago got in that year. Steve Miller
Steve
got in
Miller.
that year. Cheap Trick got in that year.
Did they?
And some rap, I think NWA got in that year. So that was that. And then last year, um, as far as voting goes, I think Journey ran away with it. And then you had ELO, and then Yes, and then Pearl Jam, and then the Cars placed fifth
Okay.
last year. This year they moved up a notch, fourth place. Of course, Bon Jovi totally ran away with it from the get-go.
Yeah.
Uh, and followed by Moody Blues, and then Dire Straits, and then of course the Cars and Judas Priest. And um, so this year, the inductees for 2018 in the Rock Hall are Bon Jovi, the Cars, Dire Straits, the Moody Blues. Which, by the way, you remember when I was talking about going to see the Moody Blues in
No.
concert?
No. When were you? When
I
was
never
that?
told you about this
I don't
in
think so.
in the 90s, and
Oh,
they had to take like an intermission
yes.
because they got
Yes.
winded or something. I don't know. So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if they're gonna have to take like an intermission during the middle of their acceptance. You know, okay, all right, we're gonna take a brief intermission, then we'll come back and thank the rest of the people. Uh, and then see Nina Simone and Sister Rosetta
Tharp.
Thorpe
Tharp.
Tharp Tharp with two artists I'm unfamiliar with.
Yes, me too.
So there's our inductees for
Nice.
2018. So the Cars are in. Um, First thing we need to talk about is, as a fan, how does it feel, Donna, to you for them to finally get in?
Well, I don't know that I'm going to be representative of a huge part of the fan base because um, I- coming into the fandom later than a lot of the people, um, I haven't been chomping at the bit since their eligibility date of 2003. I haven't been wondering and feeling snubbed and all of those things for very long. So I don't have quite that amount of buildup. And the other thing is that, as we've discussed before, I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is fine. And I understand that it's an honor to be recognized by your peers, and that's pretty great. Um, but I don't think that getting inducted into the Rock Hall is the be all end all. Um, I don't think it's it's not like they've arrived because now they're in the Rock Hall. They were great before and they'll be great after. And so it's really nice. I'm really glad. I would have been really disappointed, I guess, if they hadn't been in. But I didn't faint. I didn't pass out. I didn't scream or squeal. Um, but I was kind of, yeah, I was biting my nails a little bit the night before. I've been thinking on it a lot and hoping for them to get in. I think it's an honor for them to be in. And so I'm really happy for them. And I'm really happy for all the people who have been waiting and waiting and waiting and investing um, their energy into wanting to see the Cars in there. How about you?
Yeah, well, today's, I was telling you before we started recording, what a hectic day it's kind of been.
Yeah.
My phone has been blowing up all day with Twitter notifications.
Yes, yes.
Probably the most that I've ever encountered ever on Twitter. Um, and a lot of new followers, which I appreciate. But here's a question for you though, Donna. Are
Yeah.
the Cars big in Turkey?
In
Because I
Turkey.
swear to you, yeah, I've had a half dozen people follow me from Turkey.
Wow. Well, I guess
I'm
they
talking,
must be.
well, and the first thing that you think of, and this is no offense against Turkey. If we have any Turkish listeners, no offense against Turkey, but usually when you're thinking of, what we consider kind of obscure countries abroad, you're thinking, are they somehow plotting a scam against me?
Oh, dang.
You know, it's like, what? Why? I mean, because it's weird. I swear to you, I got like, 5 or 6 people from Turkey all in a row, boom, 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 and it's the process of Twitter. You get some retweets going, and then
Yeah.
if somebody with a lot of followers retweets you, then it just kind of goes and goes and goes.
Right,
And
right.
I'm sure that's where it came from, but it just kind of threw me. But
Yeah, that's funny.
the the whole thing for me really hasn't sunk in yet. Um, and I've tried to keep myself calm and from past years, um, and just kind of going with the flow. I pretty much decided early on that I wasn't going to get all caught up in the fan vote because of its significance, which is one vote. I
Right.
wasn't going to worry about that. But, you know, I had a little trouble not going to sleep last night, but staying asleep. I woke up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Um, and, you know, so my original plan was just to get up at my usual time and look and see if they made it and leave it at that. But I actually, I woke up about 20 minutes after they announced it. So I caught it pretty early on. But,
Okay.
you know, the only thing, it's hard to put into words kind of how I'm feeling. That's and the only analogy I can think of right now is it's it's kind of how I felt being a caregiver for family members in the past. Um, you know, you go years and years following a routine and doing things to be helpful and working towards making their life better.
Yeah.
And and then at some point, you know, when they pass away, you kind of think, what do I do now? What's my purpose? It's
Right.
like it's like a major life change. And so I've spent so much of my time, you know, focusing on this one thing.
Right.
You know, that the Cars, you know, first of all being nominated. There were those years before it's like, man, they weren't nominated again, man, they weren't nominated again. And then when they got nominated and didn't get inducted, um, you know, and now it's gone. It's done.
Right.
It's
Reach the
you
goal.
know, yeah. And like, you know, today I was looking through my computer and I've got all those kind of derogatory rock hall graphics that I've
Yes.
made over the years.
Yes.
You know, like, you know, the brick that says, you know, where the hell are the cars? You know,
Right.
that one. Like I can trash those now. You know, I don't need to keep them. There's you know, nothing left to do at this point but just to kind of, you know, bask in the memories of it all. And you know that and the other thing I thought of is that everything on eBay related to the Cars will now be like double the price.
Oh
I
yeah.
guarantee it. I
Absolutely.
guarantee it. Those $300 concert T-shirts are now going to be $600 concert T-shirts
Yep, for
because, you
sure.
know, people take advantage of it. So,
Yeah.
but you know, we, you know, us and other people, you know, a lot of work's gone into bringing attention to the Cars, you know, through the Fanorama. And
Right.
we've had people who've created buzz through the internet and on social media for years. Um, you know, I'm talking people like Billy,
Yep.
Kurt,
Yep.
you, Tracy, Tina, Jenny.
Hmm.
Um, you know, the list goes
Michelle.
on and on.
Hmm.
John. You know, these are people that, you know, are beyond fans, and they've always kind of provided an opportunity for other fans or casual fans to get together and to celebrate the Cars, you know, on a daily basis.
Right.
And so, you know, beyond being kind of lost on what do I do now, you know, the whole thing for me is validation. Um, you know, the Cars have never, you know, said, you know, we really want this. And although now you read these interviews, now you think, well, they think it's kind of cool. Um, but this is, you know, our band, and it's cool to have them recognized for their greatness. Um, and to get that validation as a fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, you know, there's something special, and you know, the casual fans, you know, I don't know if they totally understand the changes and the influences that the Cars had and still have on the music industry.
Right. Kind of the extra little glow to that, I think, is that when we've talked before about the lack of involvement in the Cars official and different things when it came to promoting the vote, especially in the past years. And so, you know, one thing that just always makes me happy is to think about much of a grassroots how much of a grassroots movement it's been on the Cars fans to you know, participating in the fan vote and just letting it be known that we care about this band being recognized, because for all 3 years they finished in the top five, all 3 years that they were nominated. And
Hmm.
largely because, yeah, aside from the cheating that happened, largely because the fans spoke without needing to be prodded. by the official. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
We did it. I mean, we as the Fanorama did it. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think,
it's definitely a fan victory.
yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it's going to be interesting to, I think one of the things that I'm gearing up for as a fan is that, you mentioned about the prices of everything going sky high, but also just the buzz that's going to continue now for the next 6 months, as far as just hopefully new interviews, new footage. In that interview with David Robinson today that got posted, he mentioned that the expanded editions of Heartbeat City and Shake It Up were slated for February, I think.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, and so that there's just going to be all of this activity going on now is very exciting. Um, I'm looking forward to that, to seeing how this is all going to just really grow and buzz. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and do you want to mention the Rick interview with Rolling Stone?
Yeah,
That was
his
very interesting.
yes, yeah, he had a really great interview, and the stuff, the comments about Benjamin, of course, were really great. I mean, I just really appreciate how much he focused on um, keeping Benjamin in the interview. I guess I felt like was that was important to me. So, did you want to say something about that, about his interview?
Well, the fact that he, is talking about, having material for a possible um, new Cars album. Um, I think it's going to happen. We kind of had the feeling that move like this was, kind of our swan song kind of thing, whatever. I think it's going to happen. I think it'll happen. He said something effective. Well, everybody's in different places and blah blah blah. But I think that the induction into the Rock Hall will. Donna, have you fallen and can't get up?
Sorry, that was just that miscellaneous background noise. Go
Really?
on.
Are kids tackling each other in your house?
No, my daughter's working on it. She's got some stuff she's working on, so she was closing a bin. It's okay.
Did you
Go
give
ahead.
her
No, she's doing it on purpose.
did give her the evil eye, Donna? Give
I
her the evil eye.
I
Oh wow.
yes.
Oh, and then of course I have my computer that just shut down, and I turned my computer. We are quality here
Oh,
at
hey,
Night Thoughts, people.
that's our
We
deal.
are quality.
If we don't have Blog Talk to mess us up, we've got to make our own cruddy audio, right?
That is true. But
That's what we
you
do.
know, as we have our own cruddy audio, just remember we are the longest running and number one
Yes,
podcast about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
that's right.
inducted
That's right.
the Cars.
Not
So
gonna
there you go.
not gonna find this anywhere else, people. I can
Yeah.
assure you.
And I totally forgot my train of thought. Oh,
Well, no,
really
I was
quick.
gonna say,
Um,
I think I was actually feeling like he was leaning more. It could be a toss up between him doing another album with the Cars or him doing a solo album.
either way, it's new music.
Yes, it's very exciting.
So
It's
I was
very
I was
exciting.
very hyped about that. And
Yes.
then the fact that he talked about, performing during the ceremony, which
Yes.
is which is really cool because you just didn't know if that was going to happen. You
Well,
know.
here's the thing. I guess um I did um okay, so here's the thing. I have not ever watched an entire induction ceremony before. And so I assumed that all of the inductees would be performing. Is that not the case? Do they not all
Oh,
perform? Or do they get to
well,
choose?
not the deceased ones, Donna.
Excuse me.
But I'm sure they show video.
Excuse me. What they do actually sometimes is they have people do like tribute performances and
Yes,
stuff.
that is
Yes.
true.
I'm not, I see, I knew that. Okay. I'm the, I'm the sassy one tonight with my brown hair, so you stop.
Your brown hair and your truck driver voice. That is
Oh
correct,
my
madam.
goodness. Oh, I sound like a chain smoker. Oh
Hey,
my God.
what, will you say this for me? Will you say, "Hey, you kids, get off my lawn"?
I might at some point, but I'm not going to do it on this spot like that. So
Or how about Bubba Joe, go get me a switch.
I, I will not. Go on. Anyway, where were we? So yes, so it must be the car's choice if they must. I would guess I'm assuming they're invited. Everyone's invited to perform, but they must get to choose if they're going to actually perform on the show or not. Where are you? I
And then
can't hear. Oh, there you are. Go ahead.
um, they and they also have, the aspect of having multiple performers on stage at the same time
Okay.
at the end, 'cause I always
Oh
think that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When I think about that aspect of it, I can see them doing a Cars song with that multiple performer thing. Now,
Oh,
but
that'd be cool.
you know, I can see Bon Jovi wanting to do, be involved in doing something. You're all I've got
Let the good
tonight, or
times roll or something.
let the good times roll. Yeah, that's the go-to. Let the good times roll.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could see that,
Hmm.
um, which could be interesting.
Yes. Um,
So
well, I was gonna say as part of my fan, are we still on the response that's just a fan? Um, because I did write a blog post about it. So this morning I got notified that they were in, which was very exciting, but it made me feel, it's there's always that little that kind of aching, it's too bad that Benjamin can't be here. And so I actually signed off of social media um, for pretty much all morning until after lunchtime I got back on, but just kind of chewed on stuff and thought about just the, bittersweetness of Benjamin being gone and not being on there.
yeah,
And go ahead.
that has to be a definite thing that I believe will happen. Will be some kind of tribute
Yeah,
to Benjamin Orr. Um, and I think about that picture that they've had in the Rock Hall for however many years
yeah,
of him. I mean, he's the native son. So,
yes, yes.
um,
Um,
I'm sure that will be an emotional thing.
yes. Well, and I did try to keep it not too, I didn't cry, but I did write about, what I thought was just kind of speculated on what I thought, his response might be or how he might feel if he were around to do that. And David had mentioned in his interview that he and Rick did too. They both said they thought that Benjamin would just really be excited and
Oh yeah,
he'd
I
just love
think
it.
he would be the most appreciative of all.
Have you heard anything from the spirit world on that? Did Ben contact you, or you said you had a hard time staying asleep? Was Ben waking you up
Um,
to tell you
I
his thoughts? Because I didn't hear from him, so I wasn't sure. You?
Pubescent Donna, you're trying to get me in trouble.
I'm just, it's an honest question. I'm just curious.
I don't. Have you heard of any?
I've heard it's been silent on my end. I haven't heard anything.
You
So
haven't
I
heard
just,
anything?
no, I thought I'd check in.
Okay. No,
Uh,
nothing on my end.
okay, all right.
Nothing on my end.
Just checking. Um, so yeah, I think that I don't know if you want to, I have notes on that as a separate topic on the different things that they could do to really make Benjamin a part of the inductee ceremony. Um, I'm sure they'll do something.
Yeah, I'm most definitely. Um, and kind of on the you talking about Benjamin's reaction to it. We haven't. I haven't listened to the Elliot Easton interview yet that was on Sirius XM yet, so I haven't quite got his reaction. I've
Was that
not read
today?
the. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Um, they, but um, Rick's response to it was was good. I mean, it wasn't what I expected. From kind of the attitude that he and the other guys in the band had before. I think they're really humbled by it. I think they feel very honored by it.
Appreciative,
Um,
yeah.
I know Paulina is hyped. Um, she, just from seeing the stuff that she's posted on Twitter.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm sure there's some amount of honor to it for them, and the realization that politics aside, music industry people voted them in,
Right.
um, and you know it's got to be awesome for them, to be inducted in the year that they're having the ceremony in Cleveland. I mean, that's
Yes.
cool. That's a big deal.
It's so
So,
cool. Um,
I see good things with that. I hope there's an element that where they pay. Well, I don't even hope. I know there will be. There has to be
yeah.
paying respects to Benjamin,
Yes.
and it increases that sense of validation that they're in,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that the family of Benjamin Orr will be present. It'd be really cool
Yes.
if they had Benjamin Jr. Ben Jr. up there with them. They might do that. You never know.
Well, that's one of the things I've speculated about is that would be really neat to have him accept the award on Benjamin's behalf. Um, because they all go up there or whatever. Yeah, I think that'd be really special. The other person I thought about, which I don't know. Um, I would I wish that Julie Snyder could somehow be involved. Um,
Well,
simply,
I think she most certainly will be attending, don't you?
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. You know, in some ways, I mean, when we're immersed in the Fanorama every day, it's hard to remember that you know, that it's been years since he's been gone. And so,
Yeah.
people, I'm sure that to a certain extent, they've moved on with their lives, and I don't have
Oh,
any idea what's going on
oh
with
yeah.
Julie.
She's married now. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. And so, I just didn't, you just never know. Like, is that like, oh, those are, good distant memories, but too far separated in time, or I just don't know. But I
Mm,
just have such a high respect for her, and I really hope that somehow yeah, that she makes an appearance, either
yeah.
on, I don't know if it would be appropriate for her to be on stage, but for sure, I hope that she's in the audience um, and that it's a special time for her too.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to say about the guys, um, yes, in the past, we've seen interviews and comments from them about, Rock Hall, take it or they could kind of take it or leave it. Um, although I totally agree with you that I think that had they not gotten inducted this year, that they might have felt like, well, whatever. It wouldn't have been a crushing disappointment, but because they are inducted, I think that they do recognize and appreciate, that I'm sure they feel good about it because
Hmm.
it is their peers, like you said, and it, and they're a part of music history, and to have that recognized in such a way has got to feel good because they really did have a huge impact, and it doesn't get, it doesn't get pushed to the forefront very often, I don't think. Not often enough for me, I guess.
And I certainly hope they recognize it as something that's very important to their fans.
Yes, yes, for sure. Um, yeah, for sure. One of the ideas I kind of my mind is just sort of bouncing all over the place. So sorry if I just jumping around, but um,
It's puberty, Donna. That's what happens.
hormones are going crazy.
Your body's growing and changing.
It's about
Your cognitive levels are changing.
to.
There are many things that you don't understand now that you will when you get into your 20s.
It sounds like you've had to give this speech several times.
Well, yeah, and it usually ends with, so make sure and use deodorant, kids.
Oh, that's great. Well, I do have
Fifth
deodorant
graders, you stink.
on. Fifth grade boys in
Hey,
particular.
hey. Oh no, it's not just the boys.
Well, I
There's
can.
nothing worse than a fifth grade classroom in the springtime right after recess. That's all
Uh,
I'm saying.
yes, well, I can assure you that I am wearing deodorant, so thank you for
Well, good
checking
for
in on
you.
that. Yes.
Good for you for having good hygiene.
Well, I do what I can. Um, what I was going to say was, so I my 2 cents on ways of them honoring Benjamin during the ceremony would be, um, I I would bet that they will not have a replacement bass player. Um, I cannot imagine that they would bring someone else onto the stage with them at this point,
Yeah,
particularly
and that
because
was brought up today too, and I was and why would they do anything different than what they did during the Move Like This tour?
exactly, that's
I don't
exactly my
understand
thought.
why. Yeah, it's like
Nothing has
there'd be no
changed.
reason for them to. Yeah,
Right.
nothing has changed at all. If they can perform songs in 2011, doing whatever they did, um,
Greg on the
then they certainly can do it during the Rock Hall ceremony.
especially because this whole event is to honor them as a band. It's not like they're putting out a new album and deciding, well, we need, we're going to spread this out a little bit and make it easier on Greg and whatever. This is a performance honoring them um, and them acknowledging back to their fans. You know what I mean? Just this whole
Yeah,
give and take thing of the Cars. And I just can't imagine that they would add another bass player in.
no, and it's not like they're going to say like, playing bass for us is a bass player from Moody Blues.
Right.
Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, you okay? He's too tired.
We brought him a chair.
Bass player from Bon Jovi. Can you fill in? Yeah, and it's
Uh,
just not going to happen.
no, no, I can't. I saw this is not an original idea. I saw somebody else post this, and I wish I could remember who because I thought it was brilliant. And I don't think it was you that said this to me. I think it was somebody else. No. Oh, no, no, I didn't mean it like that.
As God forbid I say anything
No,
brilliant, Donna.
oh, I didn't mean it
Oh,
like
you're in
that.
it now.
No,
You're in it now.
I lost my voice. Oh,
Oh,
I didn't mean it like that. Um, but I truly, I can't remember who said this, but the idea of them doing a song, like if they do Drive and using the audio track, Benjamin's audio track, um, and them still playing the instruments, but having maybe some sort of, you know how they've got the big screens, maybe having Ben's
yeah.
Ben's image or and having his voice be in it, at least for part of the song, would
I
be
think
really
I'd much
great.
rather see them just play a video spotlighting Benjamin with Drive as the background music.
Instead of trying to pretend like they're
Instead
instead
of
of doing
instead
a
of doing a
faux
performance.
performance.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
because it's Sue Partridge Family. You know,
Oh, I don't like that. Rest in peace, David
it's
Cassidy.
yes,
Still.
rest in peace, Cassidy. Um, I kind of see I don't know. That just didn't seem right to me. So no, that wasn't my brilliant idea.
Oh, well,
You were right on that one.
well, I guess it wasn't so brilliant after all anyway.
Nope, it wasn't me. But then again, it was a hectic day. Who knows what I posted today? I
Uh,
don't know.
no, no, I heard it a while ago. It wasn't today. I seems like I saw it in a discussion somewhere. Um,
Mhm.
but I liked the idea of Ben's voice being heard.
Yeah,
I mean, Rick, I don't fault Rick for singing the songs. Of course, the ones that are sung by Ben, I prefer by Ben, but you know, I think we talked about that before when we did Move Like This. I've got no problems with Rick's voice, but I just want to hear Ben at the ceremony.
mhm.
I think that would be so great. So yeah, I like your idea of doing a video too. That'd be better, less awkward maybe for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
And of course, if they did they had the bass guitar on stage or whatever, that would always, that's was kind of cool. So I don't know. I'm sure that they'll think of something. I know they will. I know they will.
Yeah, they should. Um, and I don't know exactly how that goes. If it's, if the band works with some kind of producer or whatever with Rock Hall and helps them choose the songs or tells them, yeah, maybe this might work better or whatever, who knows? Or if they just have free reign.
Yeah.
I don't. They may just, who knows? Who may just have just a comment, like Greg saying, "Here's a tip of the hat to our friend Ben Orr."
Yeah. Well, surely they would. Surely they'll say more than that. I mean, maybe that during the performance, but in the acceptance speeches and stuff, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that they'll talk about Benjamin. Um, they just have to. I just can't. It seems nonsensical to think anything would be different. So,
I'm sure at some point during their acceptance speech, they're going to say, you know, back in 78, we had breakfast at a little pancake house in Massachusetts.
ah,
We just want to give a little shout out to our crappy waiter, El Glenn Duche.
oh my gosh, that was still one of the funniest. Oh
And he's
my
going to
goodness.
say, yes, they
Yes.
remember me. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he'll be with them. I bet he'll be there.
Maybe he will. I
El-
bet El Glenn will.
Yeah, I bet El
Yeah.
Glenn. Oh,
El Glenn.
El Glenn. That guy. Um, okay, so okay, so they get up to perform and they first they do their speech, right? They have to make their and those I noticed I was watching a few of them. Those are like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll go that long? They're not big
No,
yackers.
no, I don't think they'll go that long.
Okay.
I really don't.
Um, I wonder who will introduce them.
Oh, that, you know what? I didn't even consider that or think about that. Wouldn't it be awesome if Roy Thomas Baker did it?
Could
That
you?
would be awesome.
That would be so great. I really thought about that. Um, but don't they usually have somebody that's maybe maybe one or two steps away from the band? Well, I guess I'm just thinking of
Yeah, usually a big fan of the band who's in the music industry,
right,
kind of thing. That's a
right.
respect thing. So, maybe Iggy Pop. Um,
Oh,
that would be interesting.
yeah, that would be really interesting.
Iggy Pop introducing the band, smearing peanut butter all over himself.
Ew, I know, shirtless. He's totally, yeah,
Shirtless. No,
barefoot.
shirtless with a bow tie.
Oh my gosh. That guy,
Jeans.
what is with that guy?
I love Iggy Pop. He just, you know what? Sometimes you just got to say, what the fuck? And Iggy Pop's been doing it his whole career.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yeah, he's made his living on saying
Yeah.
that. I love, I follow Paul McAlpine on Twitter, and he posts so many Iggy Pop pictures. It
Yeah.
cracks me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just am so curious. I'm really drawing a blank. Like I can't imagine, I can't even think of like who are some of the other bands that have been so influenced by the Cars.
Hmm.
Um, I can't even think of any off the top of my head. Um,
The, well, the ones that I can think of, I just don't see them doing it.
really,
Like Fountains of Wayne,
right.
um, Collective Soul,
Collective Soul, that's what I was
uh,
thinking of. Yeah.
which, by the way, is another band who should be in the Rock Hall. Um, you've got obscure bands like Death Ray. Um,
Hmm.
oh, the High Speed Scene. That's another band I think was really influenced by the Cars.
Oh,
Um, you know, it could be. It could, but if it's up to Rick and the band to pick somebody to introduce them, who knows who they'll come up with?
yeah,
It could. I
yeah,
mean, who knows?
yeah.
It
Interesting.
could be one of the people from the Hello Again video for all we
Oh
know.
my gosh.
It's the
Gee,
snake guy.
yeah, I hope he brings his snake on stage and makes out with it. What a delight that'll be. Maybe
That would
Tootsie
be
there
awesome.
can stick her tongue out and show me her alphabet letters. What a treat. Looking forward to
Or
that.
maybe it'll be the Willie Ames looking guy from the Magic video.
Oh
He
my
could
goodness.
introduce
Yes, he
them.
could.
Or the screaming guy by the pool. That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Bring that guy back.
go back to Roy Thomas Baker. Let's do him.
Yeah, we were
I
ahead
like it.
with Roy Thomas.
Yeah, we'll be safe with that with Roy
That,
Thomas
that
Baker.
would that would be a good one though.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Well, all of a sudden I've got somebody trying to hack our recording. It looks like our friend Kurt has something that he wants to say.
He's calling Skype?
Yes.
Put him in.
Okay, hold on just a second. Kurt, is that you? You have to excuse my voice. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave and Donna, how are you guys? I
We're
just
doing
want to say
good.
I'm glad that the Cars got into the Hall of Fame. That's awesome news. Congratulations to all the members of the Cars and the entire crew. Hey, what do you guys think of that?
Oh, we're excited, as you know. You can tell.
Hey, hold on a sec. I got another call coming through.
Another call.
Yeah, hello. Hi,
Oh,
Rick. How you doing? Yeah, good. Yeah, remember we talked about that. I think you should open with hello again, followed by let's go, let the good times roll, and maybe close out with magic. Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, congratulations, by the way. Yeah. Oh, hey, tell Paulina that Nat needs her red dress and her black shoes back. That sounds good. All right, dude. See ya. Hey, Mr. Steel Wool and Sunshine and Rainbows. Sorry I had to cut you short. I
well,
gotta run.
oh,
You guys have a good night.
okay. Thanks, Kurt. Oh my gosh.
All
So,
right.
Kurt, taking a call from Rick Ocasek.
You know, I think Kurt stole our bit.
Dang. And
Hey, they
his,
called us from Japan first.
hey, yeah. And his wife is swapping clothes with Paulina. What the heck?
Wow, Kurt. That Kurt's
Oh,
got connection.
I guess that's pretty great. I'm glad he could pop in for just a quick minute there.
Who'd have thought?
You know, he brings up an interesting topic, though, Dave. He obviously has Rick's ear when it comes to the suggestions on what they should play while they're up there on stage. What do you think
So
they should play?
you know what? I've thought about it. I've got my three.
What do you? Okay, you know, okay, go ahead.
Um, First and foremost, just what I needed.
Yes,
Um, it's got to be done. And you know what? That song is just it's just my go-to song. I
it
can
is.
never get
Yes,
tired of it. I think
ever.
it's the one that even the casual fans most identify with.
Yes.
It's what started the ball rolling for them.
Yep. It's this
Um,
the song that got the deal, the demo that got the deal, I think they
yeah.
called it.
So I think that's a definite. The
Yes.
other two, you have to wonder. Um, I can throw in there. I can throw Drive in there as long as they do it with some kind of as a background to a video montage of Benjamin.
Okay.
But my other two is Touch and Go because, damn it, you have to have that Elliott solo in the Rock Hall.
Yes.
That
Yes.
solo deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, damn it. And in doing that song, it's automatically inducted in along with the Cars, that solo. Um, and then my last pick is I'd like to see something current, more current, and I think Free would be a good one
Okay. All right.
from like this. So there's my three.
Okay, those are good choices. We think a lot alike because definitely just what I needed was an easy choice for me. It's the most recognizable. I think it's timeless. It's in commercials and movie trailers, and people have covered it, you know, from one end of the globe to the other. It's an amazing song. I think they got to do it. I totally agree about Drive. I only want Drive if it's Ben's voice. However they choose to do that. Um, it just has to be that. Um, I thought touch and go that I had not thought of that until you said it, but I absolutely agree with you. My other choice was Shake It Up because I believe that was one of their highest charting songs. And again, just a very recognizable, happy, very positive, exciting music to play during the ceremony. I thought that'd be a lot of fun, get the whole audience dancing. And and then I also chose one off of Move Like This, and I debated between Free and Blue Tip, and Blue Tip again was just because it's recognizable. Um, you know, I would think it would be more recognizable off of that album. But Free is a good choice too. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got quite a selection to choose from. And then yes, if they did it at the very end, if they had all of the musicians coming up and doing a version of Good Times Roll, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be that would be great.
or even if they did, I I wouldn't totally discount the multiple musicians doing just what I needed either. I think that's a song that probably a lot of the other musicians would want to get in on
Yeah.
too. So who
Yeah.
knows?
I suppose that, I mean, I think that's true. I just feel selfish that it's so exclusively the Cars,
Yeah.
that I think everybody
No, I
else just back off.
if they do a Cars song with all the musicians, it's definitely going to be Good Times Roll.
I hope
You just
so.
know it. You
Yeah.
just know it.
Yeah. That or my best friend's girl could be in there somewhere. Um,
True.
maybe not. Yeah, that's not quite as much of a big group song, I wouldn't think, but I did jot that down too, that get the hand claps going, um
Yeah.
and that's got a
Yeah.
great solo in it too. And
And just think the Moody Blues guys, they wouldn't be able to keep up, because they're so tired.
oh,
Uh,
poor
you
Moody
know,
Blues guys.
they're like a half beat off.
Yes.
I I'm sorry to pick on the Moody Blues, but then again, I don't think any Moody Blues fans are listening. So
Well,
there you go. It's just,
yeah.
they were just so tired at that concert that I saw.
Oh, that's funny.
So as far as the ceremony itself, I know there's been some talk on Facebook already about people, wanting to go, and that whole week, that week of April, the ceremony is scheduled for Saturday, April 14th.
Yes.
But that whole week, it's free admission in, to the Rock Hall. And of course, they will have exhibits or whatever set up for all the new inductees.
Right.
So you've got that going for you. But, people are talking about, well, I'm going to go, I'm going to go. Think about what it, is going to entail to go.
Right.
Um, One, from the gist I'm getting from talking to people is that it's a tough ticket to get.
Yeah.
Um, and not just because, oh, well, how many Cars fans are going to go, but it's not just the Cars fans. You got all
Bon
those other
Jovi.
bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're dealing. I mean, think about the fan vote, and then think about out of those Bon Jovi fans who are going to be trying to get tickets too.
Right. Right.
And there's going to be a limited amount because you've got tickets for all the VIPs
Right.
that are going to places only going to hold so many people. So, you got that to contend with. If you're a person who obviously has to travel and stay overnight, you got the hotel situation to deal with too. So,
Right. Right.
but um, I've talked to a couple people who are planning on going. I'm highly considering it. I've got kind of a game plan, but I'm just gonna have to wait until they start putting um, the information out in January and kind of see. But um, I also have an alternate plan though, Donna, that
Okay.
involves you. Now,
Me,
yeah, I would love to go as a fan, but wouldn't it rock to
David.
go with press credentials? We are the only
Oh,
podcast for the Cars.
Dave.
So I'm putting it out there to the Cars official Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, to Cars management. Hey, if you need some correspondence, to to
David.
go, you know,
Oh,
I think Donna and I are the people that you want. Because we can broadcast we could broadcast from there.
I am
It would be awesome.
stunned. I am stunned.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
David.
That's that's the kind of thing you get when you're the highest ranking, longest running number one podcast for the Cars.
Oh
Even
my gosh, you have just blown my socks off. Could you imagine?
wouldn't that be awesome? It would be fun. It would be funny. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way that you try to because for any event like that, you've got people with press credentials or whatever. It would be funny to request press passes for that
Oh
under
my
under our
gosh.
under the guise of our podcast. So if I can find the opportunity, I'm going to do it
We have to, Dave.
because
We
to
have
be
to.
to be declined is just as great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am just stunned. I'm wigging out.
Hey, I'm thinking of all the angles. Same thing with
Wow.
Colbert, you know,
Wow.
challenging Colbert. Hey,
Oh my gosh. Yes.
we could possibly get in through Colbert.
Oh my gosh.
He may say, "Okay, funny man, come on, let's do the cars off," and boom, before we know it.
Wow. I cannot wrap my brain around it. Okay, and I know it's so far-fetched, and I know, but 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 there's a chance, right?
Yeah. Well, see, I base that on the fact that, um, me being the big Star Wars guy, I listen to a lot of Star Wars podcasts.
Yeah.
And a lot of those podcasters go to Comic Con and all those
Yes, yes.
big celebrations with press credentials because they're a podcast or they have a website or whatever. We've got a page,
We've
we've
got
got a Twitter,
we got pages, we got blogs,
we've
we
got a
got Twitters.
podcast.
Yeah, I blog. Hey, I
And
blog
so if they say,
everybody.
yeah, but you guys have only done 18 episodes. Well, can we help that? We're the only Cars podcast there is.
Well, and heck, by that time we'll have done more than 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly my
that's what we'll
thought
say.
too.
Well, then we'll say, well, are you going to give the press credentials to the other podcast that does more? Oh, wait, there isn't one.
There
It's
isn't
just
one.
us.
Yeah. If
We're
they
the
bring
only
up
one.
some other podcast that just does like 80s music or something like that, we'll
No,
say,
no.
no, 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 no. We're exclusively Cars.
We are
We're the
the
Cars podcast.
official Cards
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
Oh my gosh,
It,
Dave.
this is, we can't lose. Well, we can lose. But
No, we
like I
can.
said, it'll be great to be declined.
But yeah, what fun it will be trying to get these. Oh boy, just the finagling and the plotting and the yes, the wiggling and the oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Oh,
this isn't like getting a shirt printed up on Zazzle, though.
I a pair of shoes.
A pair of shoes.
A pair of
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh, I'm serious, Dave. You have just blown my little tiny sunshine and
Well,
rainbow mind.
there, there,
I am
there's
freaking
your
out.
topic for research, Donna. We got to find out how to get press
Holy
credentials.
heck. Are you kidding me? I'm going to write a whole article series about this. This is to be my on like a little side blog of our adventures of trying to get into the Rock Hall induction
Rock on.
based on our
We could
20 episode pod.
we
I'm
could wear our shirts.
I'm so wearing my shirt. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any cards, but I have stickers. We can just say,
Oh,
show them
David.
our Night Thoughts stickers.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should show 'em our official membership card for
All right.
the Cars membership card. See?
Yeah. Let me look. Hold it. I have like 20 of them left.
Oh, I've got some too.
So,
Dave,
yeah,
let me tell you,
we could do that.
if
We could
there,
walk in with a Night Thoughts mug. That'll do it.
oh my God, hey guys, like just really raise it up at them. Hey guys,
Just rinse it up.
fellas,
Yo, hey, we're
sup?
from Night Thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, night thoughts. Um, yeah, it's a podcast.
Steel wool.
It's,
Sunshine and rainbow.
Sunshine
We're
Rainbows.
here.
You don't recognize? You've never heard of us? What? Um, I'm telling you, if we get press credentials, we're gonna have t-shirts. I'm gonna have like a first stole with the Night Thoughts logo on it. I'm gonna I'm sunglasses. We're gonna deck out. Not worried about
Yeah.
having a few little stickers, okay?
Yep. And
Of
and
Christmas lights wrapped around my head.
for all you haters out there who are thinking, well, Dave, Donna, why should they get to do it? Because we thought of it first. That
We just copyrighted it.
we thought of it first.
Oh my gosh, that just blows my mind. Well,
Yeah.
I I have definitely been thinking about going. I have money squirreled away in my little envelope. Um, I've looked up plane tickets. I've definitely given it some thought. And of course, the whole thing is, my family is very patient with my obsession with the cars, but I know there's a limit, and I'm not sure if going to Cleveland for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, I'm not sure if that's over their limit of what they're going to tolerate from me. So I've got to just step really carefully around this subject. I haven't brought it up yet with my fam, but the other thing, Dave, that even if we couldn't get into the induction ceremony itself, with it coinciding, becoming so close to the 40th anniversary, which I believe is June 6th, I think is what we said, is what
Mhm.
I can't remember. Surely fans are going to be getting together and partying. I mean, there's got to be more going on in Cleveland for the Fanorama than just getting in the doors of that ceremony, don't you think? Or
Yeah.
or will that all be
Well,
separate? Will there be a big June Boston thing going on? What do you think?
I think a lot of that is up to cars management, you know,
Yeah,
doing stuff like that. But as far as the Fanorama itself doing things, there's been times over the years where people told me let's have a little get together and da da da. Well, that's it's easy to say on paper,
right,
but to get a venue, to get to people to commit to it and so forth is something different. But this is something that's there. It's already planned. If
right,
people are going to get together, it's going to be for this.
right.
uh,
But I
and
mean,
I could very well see people getting together just in Cleveland that week or even during the ceremony,
if they
even though
can't get in
they
the
can't get
doors.
into it.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
And
thinking. That's what I
yeah.
mean. I didn't mean necessarily a separate event, but that even if you can't get into the Rock Hall ceremony to meet there, to congregate in Cleveland, to visit the Rock Hall itself, to 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 party, to go out to dinner, to do something that wouldn't require a huge series of event planning. Um, but just everybody showing up, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess you'd have to have some sort of plans, or I don't know. I don't know. Just to be there, just to be in that the excitement of our guys are in.
Yeah.
Just the
Well,
energy that's going to be going on is going to be incredible.
it's similar to the World Series, whereas I can't remember what year it was, but one of those years that the Cardinals recently got in the World Series, we just went down to St. Louis we didn't have tickets to the game, but just to hang out, around the stadium, hang out in the bars, that kind of thing while
Yeah,
the game's going, because the electricity is just phenomenal
yeah,
for that.
yeah.
So, it's the same kind of thing. You could see people just going there, just hanging out in front of the Rock Hall during that time, or hanging outside the venue
Right. I would.
for it. So,
I'd be there.
so I'm just kind of leaving it open, just kind of feeling it out. I'd love to do it. Um,
Would Chris go with you?
we discussed it, um, and basically what I said was, it's kind of like if she's asked me to go with her on business trips that she's been on before with all the accountants or whatever. It's like, honey, I don't want to go and hang out with a bunch of accountants,
Right, right.
that kind of thing, or that kind of thing, and to explain it to her, it's going to be a lot of of fans of the cars, and you're not into the cars. I don't know how much fun that's going to be for you.
Right,
Um, it's one, and it's going to be hard enough to score one ticket, much less two. So,
right.
um, so I think she understands that if I go, I'm just going to go, and just leave it at that. I don't, I, we haven't discussed it any further than that, but we do want to go during the summer and road trip it. That's a long drive from where I'm at,
I was just going to ask you,
because
how far away are you?
it's a long drive. It's like 9 hours, 10 hours.
Okay.
Um, and she's made that trip, quite a few times, because she had the job she used to have. She had to go to hospitals that were in the Cleveland area, and so she's been to the Rock Hall like at least a couple of times in the last 5 years, because that's
Nice.
just one of the places they go.
Nice.
Um, they have downtime, but so yeah, she wants to go again, but
Hmm.
what kind
Um, well, it would be a much longer drive for me
Yeah.
because
Well, I mean, and there's no way I would drive it. I would have to
unless you went together.
take a plane. No, I mean, even if we went together, I'm talking
Oh,
about for like the ceremony.
I
I
thought
I
oh, I see what you're saying.
I'd have to take a plane um, on Friday night, after school,
Right.
get a plane Friday night, get in there Friday night, you know, leave that next Sunday
Sunday.
morning after the ceremony. So it'd be like a in and out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh, not able to take off school because
Right.
it's just coming off our spring break at that time.
Yeah, same with
And
us.
that's a big no-no. So, and plus I took time off to go to Vegas um, in
Right.
October. So I really don't have the time to take. It's going to have to be a fly-by-night operation
Yeah.
if I do
Um,
it.
it's a little over 2,000 miles for me. So I definitely have to fly. And I mean, I think I have more flexibility as far as, I don't work, I homeschool and stay at home mom. So, I don't have those kind of schedules to deal with. The kids are all old enough, I think, that if I left and my husband was at work, the youngest is 12. So they'd be fine. So I think logistically, those things are not the issue for me. It's just more of, you know, um, just getting the thumbs up to go from
Yeah.
everybody. So, but I want to. Well, and then also, like I said, deciding if I couldn't get a ticket to the Rock Hall ceremony, would I still go, or would I wait and hope for something in Boston in June? Because I get one shot.
Yeah. I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna be,
I'm gonna
kind
have
of like
to.
I was with a fan vote, just kind of go with the flow,
Yes.
see what happens, and if
But
it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
here's the thing though, if Dave, if we somehow finagle press passes,
If
then I have to
when
go.
when cars management notifies us and says, "Hey, we want you there," by golly, I'll find a way to get there.
Oh, I
That
I
would
will.
that would be a no. I mean, that's going to be no. There's no way I would deny that
Oh my
a
gosh, I know.
situation like that. But
Oh my goodness
otherwise,
sakes.
yeah,
Dave. Oh, rip. What a, it just, my mind is, I can't handle it. Okay, yes. Yeah, I would have to go. I'm sure that my husband would just have to understand. It would be a business trip. I'd be working. I'd have to go to podcast, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. You
Help
got
me
it.
out here. Yeah, so all very exciting. I guess the tickets go on sale in January, right?
Yep,
So we won't really know anything until then. Ordered my shirt, gonna order my shirt, like you said, my Rock Hall shirt. That's gonna be exciting. And I think that anybody else who orders them, I think everybody should order them, and I think that they should post pictures of themselves in our group wearing their Rock Hall shirts in January. That'll be fun
yeah.
because I dig things like that.
And we have to create the fuck yeah the cars.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Dave, that reminds me. Yes, you do. I was gonna ask you that. Like, where's the profanity?
That's
Excuse me.
fuck yeah the cars. That's
Exactly.
gonna be the new shirt.
Yes. Um,
2018.
exactly.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
but when you mentioned about the memes and the different graphics you had made that you'll have no use for anymore,
Yeah.
the gifts that you sent me today that were okay because people in case so I
Yeah.
can say this right,
They'll
Dave. Okay, so
they'll never be seen.
we were
Yeah, but
oh
you can
no
describe them. Go ahead.
no Dave. Okay, so people,
I
here's what we did. We knew we were waiting to find out the date of the announcement. We knew we were gonna pod on the night of the announcement. And so we were preparing for it. It's either gonna be a celebration or it's gonna be a, swearing fest. And so Dave,
It's going to be a bitter podcast.
yes, yes. And so Dave um made some promotional things in preparation for it going either way. Dave, those two gifts, please, please,
No,
it's a
no, we're not
closed group.
close though.
Okay, Dave, Dave, Dave,
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
What was it that you wanted me to say in my voice? Hey, you kids get off that lawn. Does that buy me any points? Do I get any influence?
No,
What was the other
I
one?
can't do it, Donna.
I can't
Can't
think
do
of a
it.
Brenda Vaccaro quote. What can I do?
Nothing. because I won't post them. But
What
let's
about,
let's just.
wait. How about like just for, wait,
It's just as
Dave,
funny to describe them, Donna.
just how about for like 24 hours? Just put them up for
No,
24 hours and take them down.
no, no. I will tell you this: you are more than willing to share them through direct messages to anybody who contacts you and says, "Donna, I heard about those gifts that Dave made in case the Cars weren't inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Can you send it to me so I can see it?"
And I have your permission to do that?
You have your permission. They do not have permission to repost them, though.
Oh, okay.
So if people want to see them privately, no
Oh,
problem. Or they
so
can, or if
funny.
they want to email nightthoughtspodcast@gmail.com, I'll send it to them
Oh,
as long as they agree not to post them.
but they also have to like provide something for the midnight scroll. Let's do a little give and take here. Quid
Little
pro
give and take.
quo, Dr.
Yeah,
Lecter. Right?
yeah, yes,
Um,
exactly. Now, do you want to describe them
I
now, or
do.
shall I describe them?
Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved one from the panorama video that you guys picture. You know the part where Benjamin is leaning over the sink to wash his hands and the thug comes in and whacks him over the head. Well, Dave had captioned it so that the person beating him over the head was the Rock Hall. So hilarious. I about died.
So it
Oh,
said the Cars with an arrow pointing to
to
Ben, and then
Benjamin
the guy comes up and it switches over and says Rock Hall with an arrow pointing to that
as
guy.
he's coming down right on the back of Benjamin. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah, that would have been a good one.
that
I still
was
wasn't sure if I
hilarious.
was going to post that one though. So that one just sounded, it just seemed so bitter.
Well,
Um,
you're steel wool. You can
the
get away with it.
the other one I liked because it wasn't as bitter, but there's just a picture of the band, and then you've got that that overly used GIF of John Travolta in Pulp Fiction doing the what's going on,
Looking around like, where are
what
they? Where are they?
where's the cars, what, yeah,
Oh my
that one
gosh, so funny. So funny. I was trying to
was it.
even think for that one. I was like, you have to come up with another use for that. If nothing else, for the Travolta thing with the cars, you've got to find something to use that for, Dave. Oh, it would be a shame for those to get buried. Oh my
Well, like I
gosh.
said, people want to write to the Midnight Scroll, they can see them. There
Ah,
we go. That's the
love
deal.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And speaking of
Speaking
which,
of, yes,
do you
I
want to
knew.
go to the Midnight Scroll?
Let's do it. I'm dying with curiosity. Yes, you told me you got a message.
Yep. Well, and I should provide a disclaimer for this. Um, I usually I don't read the emails. I had to look at a little bit because the email was from, this is all one word, Benjamin Orangey, and that's Orangey spelled ORR, Benjamin Orangey Sky at hotmail.com.
Really?
Okay.
This is
So
a real
that's
one.
the address that I see.
This is a real.
Benjamin Orangey Sky at hotmail. So I know immediately this is kind of gonna not be good. This is
Okay.
gonna be hate mailish or
Okay.
whatever. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm giving that disclaimer. And this is I read a little bit of it, just the first part, just to get a gist, and it's based on what you said earlier. Donna made the joke about um, that the spirit of Benjamin Orr, may he rest in peace,
Oh, okay.
and the claims of some people on Facebook, which just blows my mind, that he's visiting them in their dreams. Okay,
Okay. And this is a real one, right, Dave?
Donna, why do you keep asking me this?
No reason.
Every email.
Because it's always
Okay,
hit or miss.
so here we go.
Oh, Dave. Okay.
BenjaminOrangeSky at hotmail.com
I'm
says,
nervous. Okay, go ahead.
well, you should be nervous. Donna,
It's addressed to
love
me
what,
specifically?
well, it starts out, Donna, love what you do.
Okay.
Dave.
Oh. Oh.
So you have publicly contradicted the belief that Benjamin Orr visits us fans in our dreams and is guiding us in our daily lives. What a small-minded, insensitive man you are. Oh, you know what that means? I'm insensitive.
Dave,
I get to use the voice now.
no, don't use the voice. Is this a real one?
What a small-minded, insensitive man you are.
Dave, don't do the voice. Just read it.
There are plenty of well documented accounts of this happening on Facebook. Why do you find it so hard to believe? Last Monday night, I had such an experience. My time of nocturnal enchantment. There's a good one. My time of nocturnal enchantment was vivid and real. I dreamt I was standing in a desert. I recognized it as the same place where the Strap Me In video was shot. I noticed familiar items laying in the sun. Let me read that again. I noticed familiar items laying on the sun-parched ground. David's drumsticks, Rick's guitar strap, and Elliot's sweat-soaked sweater.
What?
All of a sudden, a great orangey orb came down from the sky. Slowly, it took on the form of a man, and eventually it materialized into our Benjamin from the early 80s. He was wearing that sombrero from the Shake It Up tour. Hola, senorita, said with a wry smile.
This is fake.
Donna, can I finish, please?
Dave.
I was frozen. I couldn't move or speak. Slowly, he pushed aside his poncho. This is really getting good. Slowly, he pushed aside his poncho and pulled out a magnetic menu planner like I have on our refrigerator at home.
Oh my gosh.
He
David.
continued softly, tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. Don't forget the corn tortillas. I could only nod my head that I understood.
Dave.
And then I woke up because my husband had swung his arm over the imaginary line in the middle of our bed and clocked me in the eye with his elbow.
Oh my gosh.
Unfazed, I got up and ran into the kitchen and opened the cupboard. Frantically, I searched. Salsa, check. Refried beans, check. Taco seasoning mix, check. Corn tortillas? Corn tortillas? Where are the corn tortillas? I couldn't find any. I must have forgotten corn tortillas when I went to the store that past weekend. I was overcome with emotion. I slumped down on the kitchen floor and began to sob. Benjamin had saved Taco Tuesday. I'm getting a little verklempt reading this, Donna. Then my husband came in, saw me sobbing, and said, "What the hell? It was an accident." I couldn't even answer him coherently. I said, "Benjamin, sombrero Taco Tuesday. Oh my God, that nasty sweater on the ground." My experiences are real, Dave. No one can tell me different. Go ahead with criticism. I'm sure one night Benjamin will visit you too with a big can of whoop ass. Signed, Eleanor, in parentheses, Orzakowski Jones. That was stunning, Eleanor. Benjamin saved Taco Tuesday. See, this
Oh my
I've missed so much
gosh.
on this.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose my voice again. Oh my gosh, Dave, that.
Save Taco Tuesday, Senior Reader.
Oh my gosh. Taco
What they mean. This is what they mean by guiding them in their daily lives.
Oh my gosh. Oh, people.
And the moral of the story? What's the moral of the story, Donna?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what the moral of the
The
story
moral of the story
is.
is if you
I know
people
what it
don't
is.
write into the Midnight Scroll, I have to make this shit up.
I was just gonna say I did.
I have to make this shit up.
Oh my gosh. Please, people, somebody
Do more
write
work
in.
on me, people.
Oh my gosh, Dave.
And now I've got more Benjamin fans pissed off at me
Oh my gosh, yes.
over corn tortillas.
Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts so bad. That was so funny. You know,
It's,
Dave,
it's real.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Dave, that was so funny. Um, do you like do this on your breaks at work or like when do you? Just
It just
flows right out of you.
goes right out of me.
Just flows right out of you.
Um, but you know what?
Well,
On a serious note,
oh,
um,
Dave,
no,
easy.
I'm being totally serious. On a
I know you
serious
are.
note,
Okay,
Benjamin Orr, may he
easy,
rest in peace.
easy.
Um, no, I'm being totally serious, Donna. May he
I know.
rest in peace. I sincerely wish he was here with us um, for the Rock Hall induction. It's very bittersweet, and even a guy like me who pokes fun and comes off like I don't have an emotional bone in my body.
A heart.
It's it doesn't have a heart. Yeah. Um, I really wish that he was here for that, but there there's that part of me that knows that he knows and that he will be looking down on it, um, and is smiling, you know, no doubt in my mind.
Hmm.
So, to the people who are angry with me because I make light of and I'm not even gonna make light of it. It's just that's not the way the force works. I'm sorry, but I believe in the spiritual world. I believe in communication from loved ones and things like that. I just don't think it's happening the way these people think it's happening.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work that way. But I sincerely believe in my heart that Benjamin Orr is looking down on all this and is very happy.
Well, that's good. That's nice of you to say. Um, good. I'm glad. I thought you were gonna, when you said you were being totally
Oh no,
serious, I thought you were
wasn't going to
gonna,
throw gasoline on the fire.
well, yeah, that's what I thought. I
Yeah,
was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do some filing down on these rough edges.
that'd
Whew.
be a that'd be a real can of whoop ass right there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I think that's the thing for me. I am really happy about them getting inducted. I think it's so great, and I'm really excited about it. There is definitely that, and I obviously, and some people have asked me recently. I never met Benjamin. I never knew Benjamin, so I just want to make sure I always state that when anybody asks me. I didn't know him, but like a lot of fans who I do chat with, there's you just feel this connection to him. He was very charismatic. There's something about him that that makes us feel close to him, and I respect that, and I understand it, and I feel it myself. Um, and so I agree. There are I don't agree with what everybody thinks and says, and that I'm not going to be real specific about my thoughts and feelings on it, but there is definitely a feeling of missing Benjamin during this, and it being a bittersweet thing, like you said. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I would have loved this for him,
yeah.
you know.
And speaking of which, um, when it comes to celebrities passing away, um, I think it depends on the the emotional connection you have to whatever it is that they did in their professional life and
Yes,
within entertainment.
yes,
And Benjamin passing away was a big blow to the Fanorama. And we were just like, holy crap.
yeah,
um I think the only other, and I'm not big on when celebrities pass away going, oh my gosh, so and so, and dwelling on it. Carrie Fisher was one that really hit me hard,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and it was because that's my other fandom, Star Wars, and I'm sure tomorrow when I go see the new movie, it'll there'll be some emotion involved in that, knowing
right,
that's the last time we're going to see her as Princess Leia,
right.
or General Leia as it is now. So,
I have no clue.
I understand that aspect, but on the other hand, I think I've got um, the understanding that those kinds of things that I make light of or whatever are things that aren't reserved for people who've listened to a song and admired someone in the movies or whatever. I I don't ever expect to have a spiritual connection with Carrie Fisher.
Right.
That's reserved for her family. That's reserved for her loved ones. That's reserved for her good friends. And
Right.
the same goes for Benjamin.
Right.
Enough said.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Okay, well, so I think on our project list, buddy, is number one, getting those press passes. Got to do it. That's what's
Again.
going to keep me up all night tonight is thinking about how I can get my hands on those. I'm serious,
Okay.
dude. I am
No,
serious.
in reality, Donna, it's going to be just finding if you can request one and then being denied.
Hey, I'm good with that.
But
As long as I'm on
that's
the
our evil
trail,
plan,
yeah,
just to request them and get denied.
I'll do it.
All
I'm on
right,
the
good enough.
trail. Yeah.
All right, good enough. Good
Um,
enough.
okay, next podcast, not for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be
Couple
a
weeks.
year-end podcast.
Yes.
Um, so we got that coming up. And in the meantime, Merry Christmas to our listeners because we won't pod before then. So I hope everybody has happy holidays and
Yeah.
safe and surrounded by loved ones and lots of good
Get
music.
get off the social media. Enjoy your families.
That's right. If you don't have families, get back on the social media and message me, okay? Because
There you go.
I'm here for you.
All right.
Um, did you get your CD of Christmas songs I sent to you?
No, I have not. I guess I got that to look forward to, huh?
Oh, well, I know how much you love when
Oh,
people
did you?
remake
Oh,
when
Donna.
people remake Christmas music. I could tell you were trying to act all, like, oh, this is just a drag.
Yeah.
But I knew that you really loved it secretly. So
Yeah.
so be on the lookout. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yep,
Thanks,
it's
Donna.
gonna be great.
All right.
It's gonna be
Well,
great.
thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Night Thoughts, the Cars podcast.
Bye.